Hi, I'm Ken Rosenthal, and this is the baseball edition of Tweet Talkback. Now, I've scrolled through many of your questions, picked out some of the best ones, so here we go. The first question is from Todd Hunt Guitar. All right, Mr. Guitar, here it is. His question: will the Tigers do something with Jim Leyland if they fail to make the playoffs? Everyone here in Detroit wants him gone. Well, Todd Hunt Guitar, first of all, I don't know that you can make that generalization that everyone in Detroit is looking for Leyland's head, but your question overall is a fair one. The Tigers under Leyland have not had a good September record. They've had a couple of near collapses, a couple of semi-collapses, however you want to describe them. And this September, well, it's not really much different than what has been going on the whole season. This team has not performed to expectations. So, while Leyland is still regarded as an excellent manager, there does come a time when perhaps a team needs a new voice, and should the Tigers fail to reach the postseason, I feel relatively certain that they will at least have that discussion. Now, they may decide Jim Leyland is still our man, and I would have no problem with that. At the same time, they might decide, hey, it's time to turn the page, let's find someone else. Next up, we have a Reds fan, J. Robbie Rob, who tweets, Ken, with Joey Votto back for the Reds, what is the future of Todd Frazier and Ryan Ludwig and Scott Rowland in the starting lineup? I know, J. Robbie Rob, this has been a frequent topic of conversation among Reds fans, but I actually don't see it as that big a deal. You've got two guys, maybe three guys, that require some rest. Rowland certainly is one of them. Votto perhaps another, though he's back and playing every day. And even Ryan Ludwig, it's September, he could be spelled once in a while. So really, when you talk about playing Todd Frazier and where do you put him, you can put him in any of those spots. And Frazier, too, has shown a little bit of fatigue. Dusty Baker has noted that. So simply, it's a matter of finding the best spot at the best time for each guy, matching up according to the pitcher, however Baker wants to do it. Now, come the playoffs, yes, it's a fair question, but guess what? The Reds will have a very good bench, no matter what they do. And finally, we have an anonymous fan in Los Angeles who tweets, Hey Ken, did the Dodgers make their moves for this year, or did they have next year in mind as well? Well, they made their moves for this year. Yes, they were trying to get into the playoffs, no question about that, and still obviously want to do it. At the same time, these moves were made to some degree for the future. They know that next year Carl Crawford will come back from Tommy John surgery early in the season. They'll have Beckett, they'll have Adrian Gonzalez, they'll have Hanley Ramirez. Those players and all of the other Dodgers players will have a full spring to come together, to bond, to form more of a team than they've been at least since coming together this season when they really were just all slapped together at once. Now, I know some people discount the chemistry question, the question that I raised in an article last week, but it's a valid one. And that's why the Dodgers, when you talk to them privately, they'll say, listen, we knew this year it might not happen. It was an awfully difficult thing to ask, having put this team together so quickly. But they felt the upcoming free agent classes were rather weak, and this effectively was their free agency. They got Hanley, they got Beckett, they got Crawford, and they got Adrian. It's a pretty good free agent haul and should serve them well in the years to come. That's it for Tweet Talkback. And remember, if you want your questions answered, send us a tweet, hashtag AskRosenthal, and we'll do our best to get to as many good ones as possible. This is Ken Rosenthal for FoxSports.com. Stay logged on to us for all of your baseball needs.